Hey everybody, Cowboy here. Hope this finds you doing well. And tonight I want to share with you a dream that I had several nights ago. I don't dream real often, but when I do, and I wake up with the interpretation of that dream, I feel confident that it's the Lord speaking to me. So, what I want to do tonight, I want to share the dream with you, my interpretation of that dream, and it'll be your job to judge it and determine whatever actions you may need to take. So let's start with the dream. There's a group of us standing around. We're looking down a two-lane road that appears to be a fairly busy road. There's a curve not a real long ways from us, and there's a child, I'm going to say 4 to 5 years of age, and he's playing in the road. And we're all greatly concerned for the welfare of this child because he's out there playing on a highway. And about this time, there's a red logging truck that comes flying around this curve. And this child runs directly in its path. And we're all horrified because this truck is not slowing down. It's not hitting its brakes. It's not trying to swerve. It's almost as though it's intent on running over this child. And miraculously, the child is able to get out of the way. And directly behind that logging truck, there's a rail buggy. And as that rail buggy nears this child, this individual reaches out and he scoops this child up. And there's a sense of relief because this child's been rescued. But as the rail buggy goes past us, still following that log truck, he slings this child towards us. And this child goes flip-flopping through the grass. We run to it, pick it up because we're horrified. And the child, for the most part, is unhurt. It's shook up, it's crying, but it's okay. You know, there's quite a few cars that's following that rail buggy, and that's the end of the dream. Now, when I woke up, I immediately knew that the truck represented the Biden-Harris ticket because the child represented our election process. But I was troubled by the fact that it was red. And I inquired of the Lord, why was the truck red? And he opened my eyes to see the Republican Party, those that we have elected to office, did very little to protect the integrity of our election. And because of their inaction, it's almost as though they empowered the Democrats to commit the fraud, which I truly believe was committed during this election. And right now, I'm not hearing a whole lot from our elected Republican lawmakers. There's a few maybe saying some things, but as a whole, they're pretty much silent. It's almost like that go along to get along attitude instead of stepping up and doing what's right. So that's why I believe the truck was red. No doubt the Democrats have run all over the election process. They want to destroy it. But miraculously, it has survived. Now, the rail buggy, I believe, represents the Supreme Court. Because for those of us who are looking for this election to be overturned, when the Supreme Court agreed to hear the suit brought by the state of Texas and the other states joined in on, we were confident that that's going to pretty much be the end of this thing. But that turned around very quickly because they immediately threw it out. And now here we are again, horrified. But our election process has still survived. And I don't think this thing is over with, folks, because they threw it back to us. And I believe what the Lord is trying to say through this dream, that it's a call to prayer, because this thing's not over with. This is a spiritual battle. taking place in a physical realm. And what I mean by that is this is not Democrats versus Republicans. This is good versus evil. So we need to be praying, because I don't know about you, because just like in the dream, we were all concerned, but we didn't do anything. We didn't try to get that child out of the road. I don't think we covered this election with prayer like we did in 2016. Because in 2016, on election night, about 3 o'clock in the morning before I laid down, I was physically exhausted because I had prayed, I had fasted, because I understood the importance of that election. And I think we slacked off on this one. I know I did. That we thought it was a slam dunk because of the rallies that was taking place. And we allowed the enemy to slip in. Folks, it's not over with. It's time that we rise up as the men and women of God and begin to cry out for God's mercy on this nation. Because he gave us an opportunity the last 4 years with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been very good to the church. As far as in my lifetime, he's been the most church-friendly president that we've ever had. He's bent over backwards to do for the church. And we have failed in the last 4 years to do our part. It's not Donald Trump's job to change the course of this nation. It's up to us as believers to do that. So we need to get busy and begin to pray that God will be merciful to us and to overturn this election. Because it's not over with, folks. So don't give up hope. I'm concerned, but I'm not worried. Because no matter how it turns out, God is sovereign. He's still in charge. And I truly believe that those prophets, like Kim Clement, that said he'd be a 2-term president, I believe Kim was a pure vessel of the Lord. So don't give up. Take this as a call to prayer, and let's get busy and do what God has called us to do. God bless and have a good night.